Hello, 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 everyone. I am so glad to be here with you today. Today's a super exciting day because I'm at the regional conference of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. That's right. The brothers are doing their thing. They're doing their thing. I know I got a special program lined up for you today, and I'm going to make sure we deliver and deliver well. Today, we are talking about the 8 reasons that professionals all over the world are literally afraid of business development and they don't know how to do it. They're scared about it. It's too intense for them. But we created solutions. If you pay attention to this series, we've created solutions that will resolve and solve all of those issues. But we're going to go today, step by step, through all of the 8 reasons that entrepreneurs, business development, engineers, architects, medical professionals of all types believe that they cannot do business development. And there are 8 clear research grounded explanations of why capable professionals, especially engineers and technical leaders, believe they can't do business development. Here they are. 1, they equate business development with manipulation or selling. 2, they believe that business development requires extroversion or some kind of charisma. 3, they've never been taught a good business development system. 4, they have a fear of losing credibility. 5, they associate business development with rejection and personal failure. 6, they've witnessed unethical and reckless business development in their past. 7, their organization sends mixed signals to them that keeps them from moving forward in their business development thoughts, ideas, mindset, everything. 8, they don't believe that they're even allowed to do business development because they've talked themselves into believing that they should be in a box. Okay, so let's get into it. The last couple of weeks, we've been talking about business development, business development, business development. And then last week, we went through half of this list, 1 through 4, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to cover the last half of that list. And then we're going to talk about something super exciting that I know you're going to love. Okay, let's dive right in. Before we do, no, let me back up. Before we dive right in to number 5, I've got to remind you, everything that we do here at Coach Power Training Development is about collaboration, coordination, communication, and all the wonderful stuff that makes it useful for the community to receive, to develop, and to empower others. I want to make sure that if you're out there and you're a business leader and you have an idea, you have a thought about anything that can help you move forward in your business, you put that idea in the chat. If it's a question you have, put it in the chat. If there's something that you want to announce or mention, put it in the chat. I want people to engage and I want people to be engaging with you. If you are watching this from someplace else, I'm right here in beautiful Norfolk, Virginia at the Phi Beta Sigma Regional Conference, the Eastern Regional Conference. It's so exciting to be here with all my brothers. But if you have a thought, anything, let's start the dialogue. Let's start the process. Definitely put that information in the chat. Second thing I want you to do is if you like what we're doing here, please don't keep me a secret. Share it, engage with it, make sure that other people know that we're doing this thing. Make sure that you are actively involved and engaged with all the things that we produce here at Coach Power Training Development. And I'll tell you a little secret about something that's coming up real soon. So you might be the first person to hear about it and the first people to be able to take advantage of it if you stay with me. Okay, so let's get into the last of the 8 reasons that professionals think they can't be good at business development. Reason number 5. People associate business development with rejection and personal failure. The evidence is clear. Dr. Carol Dweck's work on growth mindset, she's one of my favorite. All the work with HBR, that's Harvard Business Review, when it comes to sales performance and research links to resilience, not persuasion, and long-term success, everything lines up and shares that people are really convinced that business development is just only a way to get rejected. And they really believe that if they say no, it means I failed. Think about that. If people say no to you, have you really failed? Or is no an opportunity to do what all great business development persons do? They take it as a point of information and return that rejection with interest and curiosity. You see, the root cause of why people feel rejection after they've presented something that someone doesn't necessarily agree with or doesn't like or is not ready to get on board with is because they have an emotional fusion between their identity and the outcomes that they're looking for. And that's a problem because if you allow that interaction to cause you some type of personal emotional reaction, it's going to affect how you feel about yourself. It is going to affect your self-worth, your dignity, your thoughts of your own integrity could be challenged. So you've got to reframe that, and we've got all kinds of techniques and strategies. We're going to teach you how to do that later on in this process. But I want you to realize that high performers are able to separate their self-worth from the outcomes that they are attempting to produce. So if you've got a client, an investor, a referral source, somebody who you're trying to work with in some collaborative type of way, and they're not giving you what you need in order to feel a sense of dignity, a sense of honor, a sense of respect, then what you probably should do, and I'll just give you a quick tip, is turn that into curiosity. You want to know why they feel that way, why they basically why they said no, why they're not giving you that positive affirmation, why you're not getting from them an understanding that they're willing to move forward, not just move forward with hesitation, but move forward with a total understanding and care for what they're doing, because that is the actual outcome. The outcome isn't yes. The outcome is really, are we on board with each other? Are we connected? Are we moving in the same direction? That's a meaningful outcome that both people in any interaction or any engagement can both enjoy. Okay, let's get to number 6. Number 6 is very, very close to number 5 in that, yes, rejection and personal failure is on deck, but what's always on deck is the past, right? You may have witnessed, or professionals may have witnessed some unethical or reckless business development processes or situations or people, right? And they believe that BD hurts delivery and burns every relationship. Let me repeat. There are people out there who don't want to do business development because they think it hurts delivery in terms of delivering the process, delivering the product, delivering the service that they promised to deliver. And it also burns relationships so that you're seen not as a person who's engaging in win-win relationships and moving businesses and processes forward with other people. You're seen as a person who's just about the transaction. And now once you're in that transaction box with someone else, they can't see all that you really bring to the table. The root cause of this problem is real simple. It's exposure to undisciplined sales behavior. Anytime you have met with a salesperson or business development person who has gotten you in a position or thought process where you're going left, you should be going right in the sales or process or the business development process. This is a key to understanding where you are right now. Because if you think that it was business development or sales that was a problem, when really it was somebody who didn't really understand and wasn't really disciplined in their sales behavior. So it's just bad salesmanship when it's all said and done. Okay? This research is done. Deloitte did this research years ago on the delivery failure and reputational damage. Harvard Business Review did a long research process when it comes to long-term sales cultures, outperforming and short-term revenue chasing. All that's already been tested, tried, true, and delivered. And I promise you, when you have bad business development, it's a governance failure, not a role failure. Let me repeat. When you experience bad business development, it's not a failure of the role that the person is playing, or the person that you are, or the person that you're presenting. It's a governance failure. You haven't agreed on the process. And so therefore, you set up an adversarial relationship. You set up a rejection-based relationship. You set up an either-or relationship. You set up a right-now relationship. It's pressure cooker. It makes it difficult to be heard because people are threatened. I hope you guys understand that. So we covered number 6, which was what happens when people witness unethical and reckless business development in their past. Number 7 is when the organization they belong to tends to send mixed signals. You see, there are people who actually believe that I'm told to grow, but I'm punished for trying. And I'm not saying that this is not sometimes true. What I am saying is when your organization does send you those types of mixed signals, there are strategies and techniques to realign the strategies and signals that you need to be receiving so that you can get back to the growth. And instead of being punished for trying, you'll be rewarded. There's a reason why this is a problem. There's a root cause of this problem. It's a misalignment between the incentives and then the leadership behavior. Okay, you might create your organization might have created a wonderful incentive program for you as a business development person. But now, if the leadership behavior is not in line with growth in those incentives, you're going to have a disconnect. And you're going to feel like this is punitive. You're going to feel like you don't, of course, enjoy the process because who wants to be punished? But again, there's tons of research that shows when organizations get it right and they can align the roles, the incentives, and the culture of the organization, things can go quickly and things can grow smoothly. You want to grow quickly and smoothly. That means you got to get your roles aligned with your incentives and the culture of your organization. If you don't do it, I mean, you can read the McKinsey report, you can read the Gallup report on this, And you're going to find that I'm exactly right about what I'm telling you right now. Now, in reality, people will disengage from any type of business development processes or systems that contradict any expectations. It's already a hard thing to do, right? On top of that, if you have an organization that's not supportive, if you have an organization that penalizes or punishes, you're going to create a disconnect. You're going to create a systems breakdown because the expectations that are placed in the system, either the business development person doesn't believe they can meet those expectations, or the leadership don't believe that the business development people can meet those expectations. And so therefore, that ends up being a contradiction. You've got to figure out how to come together and agree on expectations. If you hope to develop a system, especially a business development system, that's going to function properly. The last part of a good business development system, or I would say the crisis kind of business development system that people kind of get confused about, is they don't believe that they're actually allowed in their organization to do business development. They may be told, you're a BD person, that's your role, that's your responsibility, but they don't believe it. And inside their mind, they're going, that's leadership's job, not my job. That's who they are, not me. I'm production. I don't have anything to do with growth, right? The cause of that thinking in any organization where I found it in the past has always been the same. It's been hierarchical or siloed cultures that separates the marketing department from the operations department, from the accounting department, from the business development department, from the real estate growth department, from, everybody's all siloed out into these different parts that make up the total culture of the organization. And because there isn't alignment, again, in the hierarchy, from the lowest level producer to the top level leadership. MIT Sloan and Harvard Business Review both confirm this thought. Critical client shared stewardship is vital. From the first time a client walks in the door and has a total understanding of the culture, the organization that they are about to participate in, they need to see and feel that alignment between all of those various departments. It shouldn't be anybody hiding behind a desk or hiding behind a cubicle somewhere, when a client is present, when a client walks in the room, when the client, is organized. Because, you want people to be 10 toes down doing their work. You want them to be focused on their work. But there's nothing more important to focus on than the client relationship, than the investor relationship, than the referral source relationship, than anybody who could be a supporter, who could be a stakeholder in the growth and the development of the total organization, right? So strong business development cultures treat everyone as a relationship steward with clear boundaries. Yes, I said it. I don't want anybody to know that, I'm talking to you guys. Luckily, I'm in my hotel room, I'm by myself. But this is the truth. Everyone in the organization is responsible to steward the professional relationships needed to grow the company to the level of its possibility, its potential, with clear boundaries. We can't make these promises. We can make these promises. We can't honor this commitment. We cannot structure anything that goes against our morals, our ethics, our values. as a company. Uh-oh, I just bumped into something. I just assumed that the company has morals and ethics by which we can create and construct boundaries. So people know, okay, this conversation is going in the wrong direction. Let's move it back into the sphere where we like to play, right? It's very simple. To summarize, and then we're going to talk about our little surprise. To summarize, most engineers and technical leaders who say, I cannot do business development are confessing a personal flaw. I should say they're not confessing a personal flaw. They're naming a set of myths that they believe. They picture business development as a sleazy selling, and they assume it demands extroverted charm or believe it requires some kind of omniscience. Those beliefs stick because of cultural stereotypes, missing training, and professional identity built on precision rather than conversation. The result is a capable people that opt out even before they try. Beneath each of those myths that I discussed earlier, there's a clear structural or cognitive cause. Bad sales models that feel coercive, organizations that reward delivery but punish outreach, leaders who silo client relationships, and lack of simple, repeatable systems to follow. Research and practitioner experience shows that the truth is almost the opposite. The modern business development consultative problem is diagnosis, listening beats bluster, admitting uncertainty builds trust, and resilience matters more than persuasion. In short, business development rewards curiosity, preparation, and disciplined follow through, not charisma or pretense. You have to learn how to flip the frame. And business development stops being a personality test and becomes a capability that you can learn and then govern. With a proven process, aligned incentives, shared stewardship of customers, and a culture that treats rejection as data, technical people can lead growth without sacrificing credibility. Start small, ask big questions, share one insight, follow up reliably. Those three moves turn I can't into I do. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. This is from literally my training program that I'm creating as we speak. So far, the working title is Amazing Business Development Planning from Soup to Nuts. I just thought of that soup to nuts part. If you get a chance to get a hold of this training program, I got to tell you, you're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. But I want to tell you about something that's super important to me that I'm creating and generating and iterating and writing and developing a brand new course on tech AI and environmental justice. This course is structured to help community leaders of all types learn the technical things that they should know before they get upset and mad and start organizing around the pain of what they experience in the AI and tech world. It's going to equip them and empower them to go in front of town councils and community leaders and suggest policy and suggest strategy and suggest meaningful regulation so that they're not just showing up angry. They're showing up ready to make a difference in the lives of their communities, but also proving to these big corporations that they won't be taken advantage of because of their ignorance. They won't be taken advantage of for any reason at all, they're going to be understood, worked with, and dealt with on a community level that is deserving of the respect and honor of the communities that they live in. I'm delivering a pilot of this course on May 16th in the Tysons Corner area. If any of you are interested in taking the course, if you're interested in auditing the course, it'll be my pleasure to make sure you have one of the first seats in the course. I got half the room full already, and so there's probably going to be a wait list. But if you contact me because you saw this video, I'll be more than happy to make sure that you get in either in this course on the 16th of May or the next course that we deliver, which is to be determined when we're going to do it. Okay, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful time. I know I'm about to enjoy a fantastic weekend with my brothers. And I'm thankful that you took the time, whether you watch this live or you tuning in on demand at a later date. I'm thankful that you took the time to hang out with me for a few minutes. I love you dearly. Appreciate you, respect you, all those wonderful things. Let's keep it in the chat. Let's keep it hopping. Let's keep it going. And this is Coach Powell, Training and Development, signing off. So good to see you guys.